Where's my pen? Is it in the drawer? My pocket? Oh wait, it was always there on my desk. Sounds familiar? That little moment of forgetfulness. Now imagine living online like that every single day. And that's the reality for millions of neurodivergent people. And here's the kicker. By 2030, over half of Gen Z entering the workforce will identify as neurodiverse. If we don't design for them, we are leaving them behind. We're not leaving just users behind, but entire generations of customers, colleagues, and innovators. Today, we are diving into how to design for people with neurodiversity, how WCAG 2.2 success criteria and COGA design guides give us a clear roadmap, and how you can build websites that actually work for real people. Stick around because I'm going to show you 9 powerful design guidelines that most designers and developers miss. If you apply just these, you will be ahead of 90% of your peers. You have probably heard the term neurodiversity, but what does it actually mean? It's an umbrella that includes autism, ADHD, dyslexia, and much more. And people with neurodivergent traits often experiences challenges with task management and attention regulation, in which it's hard to stay focused on a task with distractions. Working memory, too many steps at once can be overwhelming. Information organization, sorting things can feel messy. Communication, vague instructions can confuse them. And sensory processing, bright, loud, or busy places are always tiring. But here's the truth. Neurodiversity is not about deficits. It's about the differences. Many neurodivergent people bring incredible creativity, problem solving, and pattern recognition. If your design doesn't get in the way. How many of you know about Temple Grandin, who revolutionized livestock handling with her visual thinking and pattern recognition? Who knows about the creator of Pokemon? Satoshi turned intense focus and curiosity into a global phenomenon. I'm sure you all know about Greta Thunberg, a person with ADHD and autism traits, used her hyperfocus and persistence, enabling her to analyze climate data and inspire people worldwide. And you might be thinking, it's fine, Param, but how does this actually show on a real website? Let me walk you through a journey you have probably had before. Let's say you're buying a laptop. Under task management, you land on this homepage. It looks like a nightclub. Flashing banners, massive carousels, and endless grids. 2 minutes later, I'm sure you will forget why you even came to this website. Challenge 2 is with working memory. You are checking out and your card says model X123. And you'll be like, wait, was this 13-inch laptop or 15-inch laptop? Communication differences. Instead of having clear button that says checkout, it just says proceed. Proceed, but to where? Mars? Sensory overload, auto-playing video on page load, or a model asking you to share your email ID to get a discount. It appears even before you read the first line. That's a bad user experience. What's the worst website experience you have ever had? Drop it in the comments. I will provide a fix for it. So clearly, the problem is real. But here's the good news. We don't have to guess at the solution. The W3C COGA, or Cognitive and Learning Disabilities Accessibility Group, has already given us 9 design guidelines. And the best part, each one maps directly to WCAG 2.2 success criteria. Let's break them down together. And here's a little behind the scenes. I'm actually part of the COGA task for myself, which means I get to work alongside with designers, developers, and accessibility experts to make sure that the web doesn't just meet technical standards, but it is genuinely usable and inclusive for everyone. You land on this page where every button says add to cart, but add what? The gaming laptop, the iPhone, or the iPad? You are left guessing. And that's like walking into a hallway with 10 identical doors and none labeled, and someone asking you, go and pick one. With, well, all the best with that. It's confusing, stressful, and the fastest way to lose a customer. And here's how we can fix it step by step. Start by providing clear heading structures, H1, H2, and then H3, so the page has a logical flow. Keep your icons and labels consistent. The cart icon should not suddenly mean wish list. Don't rely on color. Your red text alone won't help users who cannot perceive it. Write descriptive labels like add to cart instead of add. And then use ARIA labels to provide additional context for screen reader users. Make link purposes clear. Users should instantly know where they will end up. And avoid sensory-only instructions like click the orange button. And the best part, these fixes map directly to WCAG 1.3.1, 2.4.4, and 1.4.1, making your content both clear and compliant. What's the worst label you have ever seen on a button? Comment your answers in the comment section. Now, when things are labeled clearly, users don't have to guess. But clarity alone is not enough. People also need to actually find what they are looking for. And that's where Design Guideline 2 comes in. Alright, picture this. You walk into a supermarket looking for bread, but there are no aisle signs. Everything is scattered and the checkout is hidden behind 20 random shelves of snacks. Frustrating, right? That's exactly how most websites feel when you can't find what you need. And here's how you can fix it. Always provide multiple ways to get somewhere. Provide search bars, menus, and even breadcrumbs. Different brains navigate differently. Make your call to action crystal clear. A button that says proceed does not help. Proceed to where? Checkout, login, or outer space. Keep navigation consistent across pages. If your menu jumps around, so will your user. Straight to your competitors. Avoid clutter. Your homepage is not a fish market. It's a map. Keep it clean, keep it focused. And yes, add skip links for keyboard and screen reader users. That's the fastest way to skip repetitive content before the main region. These changes line up with WCAG 241, 245, helping users navigate and helping you stay compliant. Be honest, have you ever rage quit a site because you couldn't find the one thing that you came for? Type rage quit in the comments. I will like your comments there. Now, finding information is great, but once you find it, you also need to understand it. And that brings to our Design Guideline 3. Have you ever landed on a page that felt like you needed a decoder ring just to read the text? Fonts that look like someone writing from 1892? Buttons that just say proceed? Icons that mean nothing unless you are a psychic? That's exactly what confuses users, and especially neurodivergent users who rely on clarity. And here's how you can fix it. Use readable fonts. Keep it simple. No curly scripts or fake handwriting. Avoid imposter characters. Can you spot the difference between 1 and L and I? They shouldn't look identical. Write in plain language. Use short sentences and common words. Think like you're explaining it to your friend. Format your labels consistently. Your buttons, links, and headers, keep them predictable. Maintain at least 4.5:1 contrast. Gray on gray isn't just stylish, it's invisible. Avoid text over busy images. If the background fights with your words, the words lose. Use verbs for actions. Say download file, not just download. And finally, describe icons by meaning, not looks. Call it search, not magnifying glass. Context matters. Or rather, context is always the king. Apply these and you are hitting WCAG 143, 315, 246. Content that's simple, readable, and compliant. Let's do a quick test. Look at your homepage. How many words could you cut in half without losing meaning? Comment your guess in the comment section. By now, things are clear and easy to read. But humans make mistakes. It's inevitable. The real question is, do we design to punish mistakes or to help correct them? Design Guideline 4 shows us how. Now that your content is clear and readable, the next problem hits when user actually interacts with your site, especially your forms. Because even the clearest content won't save someone from making a mistake or not knowing how to fix it. That's exactly why Guideline 4 exists. help users avoid mistakes and know how to correct them. Ever typed your password wrong and got just error? But error what? That moment of confusion could have been avoided with a few smart design choices. Make required versus optional fields obvious. Show helper text like the date format that you expect. Give actionable error suggestions such as password must include one number. Don't shift the page or change the context when someone is typing. Warn users before timeouts and let them extend it if needed. All of this ties right into WCAG 331, 333, and 322, reducing errors while keeping your forms compliant. Here's your challenge. Next time when you hit an error on a form, screenshot it and share it with me on Instagram. I will feature the best or the worst ones. Helping people recover from mistakes is powerful, but sometimes the real battle is just staying focused long enough to finish the task. And that's where Design Guideline 5 steps in. Focus is fragile, so don't break it. A single distraction can derail someone's entire task. No auto-playing audio longer than 3 seconds. This is not 1990. No pop-ups in the middle of a task. Stop auto-playing videos after 5 seconds. Let users stay in control. These align perfectly with WCAG 2.2.2, 224, 231, keeping distractions low and compliance high. What's more annoying? Auto-playing ads or pop-up asking you to provide your email addresses. Drop your answers below. Now, once you protect someone's focus, you realize there's another trap, and that's memory. And for many neurodivergent users, remembering steps, codes, or hidden info is a huge blocker. Enter Design Guideline number 6. This is a huge one for neurodivergent users. Memory can be tricky, so don't make them guess. Don't hide labels or helper text once they start typing. Use simple authentication, allow copy and paste for passwords, and provide alternatives to regular image captures. Provide autocomplete wherever possible. Do this and you are meeting WCAG 333, 337, and 338. Removing memory roadblocks while staying compliant. When was the last time you got stuck on a CAPTCHA puzzle? Comment with the weirdest one you have seen. Now we are done reducing memory load, but what happens if a user still gets stuck? And that's where Guideline 7 makes the difference. You should never leave people stranded. Imagine hitting a wall on a website with no guidance. That would be frustrating, right? Offer links to documentation or help whenever error occurs. Provide self-fix options so users can solve problems themselves. Give multiple support channels, chat, phone, email, so everyone can reach out in a way that works best for them. These maps directly to WCAG 335 and 336, making sure help is always there and is compliant too. What's your favorite support channel? Do you prefer chat, phone, or an email? Drop it in the comment section. Now, support is great, but wouldn't it be even better if people could adjust the experience to fit their brain instead of forcing their brain to fit the design? And that's where Design Guideline 8 comes into the picture. You agree with me, right? Not every brain likes the same setup. What works perfectly for one person might be confusing or even overwhelming for another. Ensure full keyboard support so users aren't forced to rely on a mouse. Make layouts perceivable and adaptable, flexible enough to suit different ways of thinking. Offer dark mode, high contrast mode, and flexible text resizing so users can tweak the experience to their comfort. These updates supports WCAG 1411, 211, and 1412. So your site adapts to users and meets compliance. Put it in the comments if you use dark mode. Type dark mode if it's yes, or light mode if not. Personalization is powerful, but here's the hard truth. No guideline, no framework, or no checklist can replace the final guideline. The one everything else depends on. Don't get me wrong, design guidelines are great, but nothing replaces sitting down with someone neurodivergent and watching how they use your site. User testing will reveal things WCAG checklist never could. This guideline goes beyond checklists, but it strengthens every part of WCAG compliance by grounding it in real user needs. Have you ever run a user testing with neurodivergent participants? Put yes or no in the comments. Alright, these are the 9 COGA design guidelines covering WCAG 2.2, single A and double A. Your site's already more neurodiverse friendly than most, but we have only scratched the surface. Once this video hits 5,000 views, I will release part 2, covering AAA guidelines and advanced tricks to make your site truly inclusive. And here's your challenge of the week. Pick any one design guideline, apply it this week, and comment which one you chose. I will give you a shout out in my next video. This is Param Singh signing off.